Alright, so welcome back to Delivered Coding. In today's video, we're going to learn how to build this landing page right here, as you can see. And if I refresh, there's a nice animation collab. And if I scroll down, there's two cards that collab from here, and we can hover and show this one. So for this, I'm going to use react.js and Material UI. Alright, so let's start coding. Alright, so here I'm using VS Code, so you can use any text editor you want. And this is a blank project, so I'm using Create React app. So as you can see, it's an Iceland. And there's an asset image right here that I get it from the pixel.com, and I'll leave the link in the description if you want to get this image. And also the first thing that you need to do is to install the dependency for like the front end CSS. So I'm using Material UI, so you can install this one. I'll leave the link in the description as well. And all right, so let's start coding. So if we go into this website, we can separate this one. This is a header, and then this is the navbar, and then this is like the welcome text right here. So first I'm gonna create the apps that with this background right here. So for that, I'm gonna create a classes one equal to classes. Oh, if you can see, this one I'm using the snippet that I create, so OFC, and then I can generate this one with Material UI. So alright, so now what I need to do, I'm gonna give class name to this one to classes.root. And the root is going to have the height to 100 VH to the minimum. So like the minimum is 100 VH. So it can be bigger than that, but we set the minimum this one. Now we're gonna background image. So where the image is come from the public right here. So the way that we do that, first do the URLs, and then we can do something like this. Process. Nope. Oh, sorry. Backtick, and then process.env.public URL plus our assets image. So assets slash bg.jpg, the file name. Now if you go back, as you can see, we have this one, but it's not looking nice. So the first thing that we need to do is to do CSS line baseline right here. So this allows us to eliminate all the padding and margins around this one. It's just like a box sizing with CSS. And then next we need to do background repeat and to no repeat. And also background size to color. Now if we go back, it's really nice looking right here. Perfect. So then we're going to create the component right here. You can see we have an app bar and then this text right here. So for that, I'm going to create a component. And the component is going to call headers.js. So the same thing, OFC, this is my snippet, and then I'm going to do headers. So the style, I'm using make style from this one. So, and in here we're going to have some app bar. Nope, app bar here is from Material UI, and we're going to have h1 my Iceland. And then that right here, and then we have some we have icon button, and so the icon is I'm going to use the thought icon button right here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this one, paste it here, and then I'm going to add it right here. So now what we need to do is we need to import this one to our app. So header. And then if we go back and see our app right now, it's looks like this. So we need to do some styling to this a little bit. So first thing first, we're gonna give a class name of this one, classes.appbar. And what we want to do with the app bar is to get rid of the background. So the background to none. And then we want to evaluation is equal to 0. So this is the box shadows around it. Now we have this one. And next we need to wrap this one with the toolbar. So what is this toolbar? This toolbar is It's like a container, like a div container, but it's flex. It's already flex. As you can see, this guy is alongside this two. We haven't seen this one yet, so I'm gonna style this one. So I'm gonna class names this one classes dot icons, and then we can do icons dot color white, and then we can do font size to 1 rams. And yeah, you can see it's so small, so I'm gonna keep it 2 ram. Perfect. And the next thing is we need to this one access class name is apa title, and then the title for this one, what we wanted to do is to flex row. So then it's going to push it, gonna separate this two guys from right here. And we want this to be a little bit small, so we're gonna call this class name equal to apa wrapper. So I need to create a classes dot this one. And then with the apa wrapper, what we can do is to set the width of this one to 80%. So when we do this, it's not going to be center, it's going to be like this. So the way that we can put this one in the center, we're going to use margins 0 and auto. So this is going to push it to the center. Now, as you can see, it's nice. And yeah, it's look identical. So next we need to get the font. So we can change this font to Nanido. So if it's the Google font right here, I'll list the link in the description. So you can choose any style you want. I'm going to choose the 900 and 400 regular, and you can copy this link. And then you go into your project and the public here, go HTML, and you place this link right here. So now you can use this one. So in the app bar, what I'm going to do is I can do font family, Nanido. Then if we go back, and we can see this already changed, which is a really nice one. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So but we need to do right here we need to give this a span, so we can give a color to this one, color title. So I'm gonna add this one is class name is equal classes dot color title, color text. You can give this any name you want, like you feel comfortable with. So like the naming is, sometimes it's really hard to choose a name, So this one I'll give a color, so it's a little bit, it's a green color. So then hashtag, so it's going to be phi AFF 3D. So yeah, so now we get this nice green color right here. Alright, perfect. So next we need to get the text right here, welcome to my Iceland. And so for that, it's just really easy. So what you need to do is just, I'm going to create a div right here. So we're going to have the h1 welcomes to, so I'm going to do line break right here, be all my Iceland dot right here. And the Iceland right here, we're going to do span the same thing from that one. It's a color text. And then classes, class name equal classes dot color text. And then now we can see this one right here. It's display. So we need to move this one center. So the way that we do this is, in this one, I'm gonna give like the parent. I'm gonna give the class name of classes dot root. And for this root, what we can do is to display as flex. And then we want to justify content to the center. Justify content center. And then next we need to align item center as well. All right, so yeah, so we need to, and then we're going to set the height of this one because the height to 100 VH. And then there you go. So now we can, it's pushed to this, to the center. So, all right, so we need to do, what we need to do next is to color this one. I think class name equal to classes dot title. Yeah, so let's like I said, you can call this any name. So then we can do color white, and then the font family is Nanido. Maybe we can put it right here, and then it should be use all of Nanido. Perfect. And voila, let's see. I think this like if we can compare to this one is really nice center right here. So what we need to do is to take align center. Text align. And then we're gonna go this one to the center. Oh, now perfect. So we need to increase the font size of this one. So font size is going to be 3 rem. Alright, so when we do the text align, it push this one to the center as well. So for that, I think I'm gonna cut this one. So I'm gonna give this class name of this one is to be classes.container. And then the container, what it do is to take align center. No. So take align, text align center. Alright, perfect. So now it's going, it's this one as the center. I think the text is too small. So I'm gonna give this to 4.5 RAM. So it's big. And next is we need to an icon button that allows to go into the bottom. So for that we can go into the material UI icon. We could put arrow down. Arrow down. Let's see what I want to get. This one. So I copy this one, paste it right here. Use this one, and voila. So this is we're gonna give this class names equal classes dot go down icon. So I call this go down. You can call any new one, and then what we need to do is to color this one. So I'm gonna color this one the same color as green, and I do the font size to be 2 rem. So yeah, so right now it's this one. I can make it even bigger. So I'm gonna give it with 4 rem. And yeah, so you can see, and now we finish this part. So and next, if we can see when we refresh this night animation collab right here. So the way that we do that is to create the use the collab and surround by this guy right here. So we use collapse. If this one has come from Material UI, and you can wrap this one. And then what you need to do next is to create the in this one to be true. And then you can do like some timeout or something like that. So but now it's not really good. If you can go, you can find out more in the collab right here. I think it's transitions. And in transition, there's a lot of great. So what we're interested in zoom, like collapse, zoom, slide, and a lot more. And all right, so let me find some source code of this guy. So what we want interested in the timeout, like we want to delay like 1 second, and then after that we're gonna do the collab through this one, and then you can the collab height. Collab height, I'm gonna give this 15 or 40. Okay, let's me 50. And now if I refresh, it did not work. So let me select this one and refresh. Oh, I see. So I think the first thing that we need to do is like we need to run the animation of this one. So that we need to check this one. So the way that we do that is gonna do the use effects. And then what we can do is with our use effect is we set to check it to be true. So we not create this one yet. So I'm gonna have create this one con check it and then set check equal to use state equal to true equal to false. By default it's gonna fall, and I'm going ahead and import this one, the use state right here, and then in the check right here instead of the true we're gonna do check and now collapse height. Now if I refresh, as you can see we have this little nice animations right here. Perfect. Okay, so next what we need to do is to use this card right here, this two card right. So I think that's it for this header. So we're going to create the place to travel, and for that I'm going to create a file called place to visit.js, and we do ofc. This one is really simple. So first I'm going to create the class name of this one, classes.root, and then in the root right here what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the height of this one to 100 VH, so then I can put that in the app. So now I can date place to visit right here. Now we have one more height, so like 100 VH, and then this one we're gonna do the cut from the material UI. And if you can go to material UI, you can go to cut, and you can copy all of this one. So I'm gonna interested in this one, so I'm gonna copy this cut right here, and we're gonna do some little changes to this one. So for that I'm gonna create a separate this one. I'm gonna separate the image cut.js, and I'll copy here, and I'm changing this one to image cut. And then what I need to put in here is just the image cut. And now if I go back, as you can see we have this one. So we need to do some styling to this one a little bit. So the first thing is this image right here. So we're gonna delete this one. For now I'm just process.env, the public URL plus asset slash, let's say, Iceland1.jpg. So now we can see we have this really nice right here. So what we're not interested in the action right here, I'm gonna delete this one. Also the action area, we don't need this one as well. And we're interested in medium and this one. And I want to set the height of this one to 600 and this one to 404. So it's a bigger right here. All right, perfect. And so next what we need to do is just style this one. So classes dot title. And then what we want to do with the title is to font size, we can do font size, or we can do font family. So font family, the needle. And then I can change this one to H1. Or maybe I can get rid of this. So it's not really work really well. So what I can do is to font weight to full. And then I can increase the font size to 2 rem. So now as you can see we have a lizard whatever right here. And next we need to get this color, background color. So for that we can the class root, the cat right here. I'm going to give the background of the RGB A with 0.5. So this is a good transparent. As you can see, we can see the background, and with this one we can do color text, color white with the title, and we can do this for description as well. So class name equal classes dot dsc. I call this one for description, and then you see right here, it's going to be same as title. We have this. I'm going to copy this guy, but this is not going to be font, and the color is a little bit DDD, and now we're going to do 1.1 rem. All right, perfect. So as you can see right here, we get this really nice text. So yeah, I think that's it for this cat. But we're interested in, we wanted this to be dynamic and reusability of this one. So instead of hard code all this image, we can pass the prop of this one. I call this place. But we're not created yet, so I'm gonna put this place as the place dot image URL, and then this one is going to be place dot title, and this one is going to be the place dot dsc right here. Perfect. So you can see now it's gonna fail because we doesn't have any of that. So back to visit, we're gonna pass the place to here. So where does the place right here? Where to get it from? So in here I create a static folder called the places that all contain all the static file that we have some title, we have descriptions, and we have image URL, and this a direction right here, which is for do the animations, do the duration. So which we do not use direction right here. So but now I'm gonna import this place into our place to visit. So I'm gonna import places from. Let's go to statics, and then we go to places. And then in here, what we can do is to pass places index 0. Now we can get this one right here. So I think because in my image card right here, I'm just DSC, but in that we use description. So I think I should go here and copy this one, change this one to place description. Now we get this one. Really nice. And then what I need to do is to copy this one more of this, and voila. So now we have this one, and we have pushed out this one. So the way that we do this is we're gonna have the minimum of this ones 100 VH, so it can stretch of our apps, and then we're gonna do display as flex. And when then we want to put this one in center, this one center, and then align item center as well. And then now both of them is in the center. So I'm going to change this one to 1, so it gets a new image. And then we're gonna separate this one a little bit. So I'm gonna do margins, let's say 20 pixels. Okay, so we push this a little bit, so I can actually, what I want to do is to switch this to guy right here. Okay, good. So the next thing is what we need to do is when we scroll this one, we don't want it to show up until we scroll to this one, and we want to see this one, just like this one. As we can see, when I click in here, unless it go here, and then it show this like animation. So the way that we do that is to use, we need to listen on scroll. So here I create a hook, script hook right here that use window position. So I'm going to explain what's going on with this one. So the use window position right here, first, it listen for the ID. So we get an ID from whatever like we want to compare with. So I think I'm gonna first I'm gonna show you how it's work, and then I'm gonna explain how to use that code. All right, so Next we need to, okay, so this one I'm gonna call use a window position. Window position, and then we're gonna do, and then it's going to return the animation. So it's start the animation or not. So I'm gonna call this check it, call this one. So we need to pass an ID. So when the animation is need to run. So we know that we want it to run. So we need to pass an ID. I think pass. For now, I'm just given an S. Offset of height. Okay, that is string. So first we need to get an ID of the header. So I think I'm gonna set the ID is equal to header, and then if we go into the place to visit, we're gonna place the header right here. So all right, so now what I'm gonna explain is we need to know that we need to know when we're going to run the animation. So we're going to run the animation after we scroll to this part of our app. So when we scroll to this part, the animation will start. So for that, if I can see that the window pitch offset right here is represent like how much when we scroll this one. So like I'm gonna display this one window. Yeah, so window page offset, and then we're gonna window the page offset, page y offset right here, and also the offset, so the offset height. Now here is the offset height right here is the from the offset from the ID that we have, the ID that we give. So if we give the header, so this is the offset height of the header. So and then I can print this one. Right now when you see scroll this one, the page offset is 200, and then the offset of this from this is 1009. So after we get rid of this, we're gonna start the animation. So when we scroll down, unless we go down, well, we equal to this one. But what we wanted to do is to multiply this one with 70%. So of the offset from that. So so then it's when it's going to the 70% of this one, and then it will run the animation. So that's why I do the 70% as time 90 as 0.7 right here. So then what we need to do is to pass the check right here to in here, equal to checks as well. Check, and then in the image cut, I'm gonna wrap this one with a collapse again. And then, okay, so what we wanted to do, we wanted to do in equal to checks. Checks, where do we get the checks? Is from the check right here. And then we need to do some timeout. So for that, I think I'm gonna copy this one, the image cut, and then we do timeout. So yeah, 1 second as well. So now we refresh. I go down here. So really nice. So unless I go here, then it shows this page. Now again, I refresh until I go here, scroll down here, it shows the page. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So the next steps, the final part is I want to do is to, when we click on this one, it should smooth scroll to this part. So for that, we're going to use React Scroll right here. And then I'll list the link in the description so you can install this one. Go ahead and install this one. And what you need to do is to import this one. So I think I'm gonna import this guy in the header. So we're gonna click that button in the header. So import this one, and then this thing we're not interested in. So, and this one as well. So we only interested in scroll right here. So and then I copy this scroll, and then I wrap this one with around icon button up. And then what we want to do is to place the to visit. So this is an ID that we need to match this one, and then we need to do some smooth. So so then it's be able to scroll smooth. And then so we need to put a place to visit, an ID that match that one's a place to visit. Alright, so now if I refresh here, then I click in here, it's smooth scroll here, and then it's pop up like that. Alright, so yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So right now it's maybe not responsive yet, so we're gonna work on responsive. So what we wanted to do is to for this fruit right here, we can do use seams dot breakdowns dot breakpoint dot down to md. We want to flex directions to column, and as you can see right now we have this one. And then if I go down, alright, voila, it's great. And probably in phones it's nice right now. It's okay on phone, I think. Yeah, so now it's responsive, and there's a couple things that it's different from here. We have this one, it's in the book right here. So this is your challenge, so you can try to do it on your own. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video, and I hope you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe and share this to your friends. And alright, see you guys in the next video. Peace.